This is a little bit of a different one. Wild, crazy one.
As far beyond the galaxies as you can go, aliens.
Ironically enough, we're recording this on May 4th. Well, for me now, it's May 4th, but for you, it's May 5th.
May 5th, yeah.
Yeah.
May the 5th be with you?
No. The Sith. May the Sith be with you. That's... God.
Are we just going straight into this one?
I think so.
I mean, what good of a place to start than... Do you think aliens are real? Do you believe in aliens?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what type of alien, whether that be microorganism or full-on sentient being, but I do believe in aliens. There's no way they don't exist, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the universe is ever-forming. It's way too big. There's millions and millions of stars and galaxies, billions at that. It just seems too likely for me to rule it out. And you, I mean, we've talked about aliens off and on before, but do you believe in aliens?
I can't say that I do and that I don't. I don't want to say that I don't think they could exist, because I fully think they could exist. I mean, God, there's, if not trillions of stars, there's as many stars in the galaxy, at least, as there are grains of sand, right? So, and
Right.
that's just this galaxy. The entire universe, it's huge, forever expanding. And so to think that there's not something else out there, that we're the only one, I don't know.
Like,
I can't
like,
not think that there's something out there.
Right, like, there's gotta, like, even if it's just, like, an animal or something that's crawling around in a different world, like, you can't tell me there has been too many planets. There's been too many planets that have been discovered, likewise to Earth. I mean,
I wouldn't be surprised if there's elements that we haven't even discovered, that we can't even comprehend yet, that are out there, that just aren't possible on Earth with our living environments and temperatures. And
we're very constrict to what we're very constrict to the elements and what we have here now, but in a different, it's not a different plane of existence per se, but it's a completely, like Venus. Think of Venus. I think it is. It's literally just straight up lightning storms all the time. Like, you don't know what's beyond those clouds. You know what I mean? In our own solar system, I mean,
there's still so much undiscovered about space that I don't think we will never fully understand space.
No,
because
there's no way.
Just so much. And I think, if anything, that is the beauty of space, is there's just so much, and that we'll never really truly know what's out there for good.
It's the last frontier. It's the last frontier we'll never fully explore, which is awesome to me. I mean, if Elon Musk goes through and gets Mars up and operable, it would be cool. You know what I mean? That's a big leap for us. Colonization of Mars would be insane, unheard of 10 years, 20 years ago. But I don't know. It's just like, you think about it, it's like, how I wonder if they would I wonder in the instance that it would be accidental that we find each other, or it would be intentional.
What, aliens coming?
Yeah.
I think I feel like they probably already know we exist. I think we're like some dumbass species,
dude,
on a planet somewhere that they're kind of just like, yeah, we ignore. We're just, you know,
we see what's happening down there. We choose not to. I mean, there's a theory that aliens live among us, that take up our faces, that take up our people, and so it's kind of just like not invade the enemy, but climb our ranks, learn our systems, like that type of thing, and learn about us, just to make sure that we're not some opposing threat. That's the theory. I'm not sure what it's called, but I think it's just so fascinating to think, the person that is passed on the street, what if they're an alien? I mean, that may lean onto the conspiracy side of things, but I mean, it's cool to think, like,
it is.
Man.
I think For me, it's a really weird thought that humans and humanity have, that's the side leaning towards we're kind of the main character of just the entire universe, and that we are all that exists out there, and that we are the most important and end all be all species. And I think that, like, I feel like we can't fathom yet or comprehend. We're not on, I guess,
mental level,
that level of thinking, that sort of IQ, to be able to comprehend how much life could really be out there. And like, I feel like we're sort of the dumb species that's kind of waiting to catch up, and that there are planets far more intelligent and superior than ours that are just like doing their thing on their planet.
Well, I mean, think about it. We went from flying the first plane to sending the first rocket into space in a matter of, like, what, 20 years, I think it was, or something. And that amount of advancements, I was like, why didn't it keep up? Like, why did it just... I'm not saying why did it stop, but because I've figured out that their priorities have changed. But, I mean, obviously we can't go faster than the speed of light, which would take us beyond our own galaxy, but I just think, like, that's the future almost. Like, for long term, that's the future. And it blew me away that there isn't as much focus. So when I see Elon Musk or whatever, SpaceX trying to do this crazy stuff, it's like, wow, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I grew up wanting, like, watching these not sci-fi, science videos on TV, literally on the Science Channel. It's like about space, about black holes, about the sun, about just the universe at large, and it's crazy. These things I couldn't comprehend as a kid, I'm picking up back up on now, and it's just awesome. I mean, what you say though is like what you were saying about us not being able to comprehend. I think it plays a big part on us not wanting to accept that there might be other things out there than us. The fear of that. I mean, I can understand how it's scary.
100%. I mean, the infinite possibilities that exist out there, far beyond anything that we could ever imagine or think of. I mean, I am very much, I'd like to think out there that there's these parallel universes, and there's so many possibilities. There is a universe for every single thinkable situation. There is a universe out there where I am a fisherman.
Yeah,
why?
Who knows?
I don't know, but I think probably
the amount of people like, or I like to think about all the different parallels, the parallel universes, the different timelines. It's like with that, if you add that into play, it literally just
wow, how things could be just so different.
Yeah. Like, think about it. It's gonna sound silly, but if there is like some advanced civilization across the universe, what if one of us are like just chilling out there in another time, in another reality? It's just like we chilling. We're with the other species, having no idea. You know what I mean? Two completely different lives, two completely different beings, almost. I mean, assuming that you would be like not humanoid.
Oh, what, like a lizard thing, like a lizard person?
Well,
or
I mean, yeah. I mean, who knows?
There is that conspiracy theory, and I just, please don't sue us, please, because this is just conspiracy and not factual in any way, but that the Queen is a lizard.
Where did that come from?
There is conspiracy theory that the royal family belongs to a long line of lizard people. It's just conspiracy.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Please don't hurt me.
I mean, isn't there like this grand old theory that Mark Zuckerberg, the creator of Facebook, is like a
lizard person?
I'm the fucking lizard gang type beat, literally.
There's like, You can, if you Google or look on YouTube, you can find a load of these videos that are like, this celebrity has a eye shift mid-interview, and it's like their apparent third eyelid going over like that, and their lizard eye coming through. Like, there's a video of it happening to Miley Cyrus allegedly. It's just
Why? What people really need to make better with their time, I think.
But
in my opinion,
it's just interesting that like there are people that go to like that length,
that extent.
Yeah.
Same with the Illuminati stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Those sort of things scare me though. Low-key, I do think it scares me. I'm just like, I want a foil hat.
God, I always thought that I never got the linkage between foil hats and aliens before until like a few years back, and it was like, you people are like crazy. You people go to that extent, huh? And it's like they believe it. I'm like, I don't know what to. I mean, it may not be so more now. It may be more a taboo thing, but like,
yeah.
There are those kind of people, and it's like I don't really comprehend it. I don't understand how, but I mean, if you're generally that terrified, maybe you understand something I don't. God.
Yeah, maybe there's something to be feared here that we are not catching up on yet.
Yeah. I mean,
I think it'd be cool to meet them. I want to know what they think of us. I mean, we're destroying our own planet, and
yeah,
we're a very weird bunch, humans in general, and I want to know what they would think of us. I think it'd be interesting to get an outsider's view. Most of
the media displays us examining each other like our different species, I think. Mostly in media anyways. But honestly, if that's the case, I don't think they would be examining us. I think they would have already examined us. Like, you know what I mean? Like, externally, they could be able to, like, they wouldn't be taking us into no test tube or anything to, like, gawk at us. They're like...
You don't think that they would probe us?
No, I mean, think about it. If they're advanced like that, wouldn't they already be able to do it?
They would have the technology to just find the information out, simply.
Yeah. Like, through DNA, through thermal scans, through whatever it might be. You know what I mean? I think we would treat them very differently. And I think it would be vice versa. We would be the ones probing them. Good God, just pray they don't have weapon systems.
People's there would just be test tubes and needles and IV tubes and everything. If man got a hold of aliens,
a different sentient species. God, whew, that's scary to think about. We're vile to each other. Imagine how vile we'd be to an outsider.
That's why I want to know what they would think about us, because I think it would be interesting because I don't know. I don't think they would live like us. I feel like they would, or at least I would like to think ideally that they would have the whole food and water situation figured out, and everyone kind of just lived their lives peacefully, and people just stopped being an asshole all the time, you know, like it was just a chill place to be, and they had it all figured out. So I would like to see what they think about our just chaotic mess of this hatred puddle that society seems to have on everyone.
This hellacious rock we float on, and everybody inhabits it. Oh God. That makes me think though, would they all be as intelligent as each other, or would it be like...
Who knows?
I guess it would really depend. It would be literally situational, circumstantial.
I mean, it could just be like this strange rat bird hybrid dog alien species, and it could be really, really, really dumb. It could be really fucking dumb. Just run around, running into stuff all the time, just super dumb. And
just
that could
dumb as rocks.
That could also be the aliens out there.
Well, yeah, we were quick to jump that they would be more intelligent than us, but I mean, I think I saw something that we were very lucky to be in the position we're in the galaxy, that we're not too far, not too close to the sun. So I mean, imagine somewhere where they're just like a little bit too close, and it just creates very harsh living environments. That's the word I'm looking for. And their like development system may take longer than ours, so they're like, hell, maybe they're 2 or 3 steps back in the evolution process, going back to the whole Darwin's theory, I think you called it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could be 2 or 3 steps back. Who knows? You know what I mean?
True.
Maybe their planet spins slower than ours. Who knows? I mean, maybe that's not the case, but I'm just thinking. I'm throwing out theories.
They could have like a completely different source of just nutrients. They could photosynthesize. They could be animals that photosynthesize.
That can think and talk. That would be insane. That would be
Could
wild.
The beauty of space and the fact that we will never know is the fact that these possibilities could exist, because we could never disprove that they couldn't.
Right. We could stay here for hours and talk about that. Like we could say, we could rule it out and be like, oh, it's not possible here, but you don't know that it's not possible in the planet named after a bunch of numbers 300,000 light years away. You know what I mean? And we discover planets every year. So I mean, possibilities again are endless.
Before I forget, we had a question in from someone about aliens. So I've had a long think about this question. So would you an alien gave you the opportunity, explore the entire universe and everything that there is, you're gone for 2 weeks, but for everyone else here it's been 5 years, would you do it?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, there's nothing.
Oh wait, no, wasn't the original question 15 years?
Yeah. I was kind of stumbling.
15 years, sorry. Would you do it for 15 years?
15, it would depend on where I'm at in life, I think. Like, if
you were your age right now and the opportunity arises tomorrow for you to explore the entire universe with this little alien,
no.
For 15 years of your life, would you do it?
No. I mean, I would love to see how the world would advance in 15 years and stay my age, but then again, it's like my family, my friends, everything around me, it would just be like a complete factory reset almost.
Yeah, 15 years is a long time. A lot can happen.
Yeah. How about you, though? Because it would literally be dropping you into a different time period, literally.
Yeah, I would come out 35. Or no, I wouldn't be 35, but everyone of my friends my sort of age would be in their late 30s. So, no. I think 15 years is a long time, and even though like I'm 20 and I'm still young, for me that's like I feel like these next few 15 years are the ones that are like the important ones, because I mean, when you're like 30 odd, that's usually when you get married and have kids and stuff like that, and everyone would do that but me, and I would come back 20 and I'd just be like,
you'd have to make a whole new group of friends almost.
There's too much that I would miss. There's nothing that the universe could tell me that would make me want to leave everything that I have right now behind, and like everyone that I've met and stuff like that. Yeah. However, if it was like a shortened period instead, if it was like 5 years is what I asked instead.
Originally,
or in place, 5 years, I would consider it more.
Yeah, I think it was 5 years. I would consider it more myself. Probably
2
not
years
right now.
I would do it off the bat. If it were 2 years, then I would go tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, a lot can happen in 2 years, but then again, it's not going to be completely upsetting. It's not going to flip your life over. Like, You know what I mean?
And I
if it were
mean, there could be things that make you make back those 2 years from what you learn in the universe.
I mean, who knows? You know what I mean? Who knows what you could see on the trip that you bring back with you? You know what I mean? It'd be crazy.
Yeah.
You could turn that into, I mean, I wouldn't say you could turn that into like some career path or anything, but like, you could turn it into like, I'm not even sure. Not even really sure.
What about if you were like older? Would you do it for 15 years?
Yeah,
like,
I think.
What age would you say? Yeah, okay, 15 years into the future, but I'm still the same age.
Probably about 30, I think, for me.
Oh, that's a lot younger than I was expecting.
Yeah, let me think, because I would say, I mean, yeah, because I wouldn't want it to be too late in my life, but I wouldn't want it to be too quickly, because one thing that I was very, very upset about growing up is, like, I wouldn't be able to see the future. I wouldn't be able to see the exploration of a different universe or galaxy or whatever. Like, I thought about this stuff, and I was like, it upsets me, so I would like to see how far we get in that time period, even if it's just 15 years. And then I've never had really much trouble adapting to things, and I mean, I don't know. Again, when I turn 30, I'll probably tell you, no, I'm happy, you know what I mean? But like now, if I'm thinking about it, why not? You know what I mean?
See, for me, 30 feels a little bit too young, because like 15 years in the future, like if I'm 30, then I've probably just had kids, and that's a lot of years on my kid's life that I would not want to miss, like that entire time period.
Right.
So for me, for a full 15 years, I would probably have to say like the best way for me to do it would just be for it to be at the end of my life, because then I've gotten all that I can from Earth, and I've experienced everything I can from here, so that I'm not missing out too much, you know, like by that time, God, I would probably do it if I was like 60s, 70s, right? If that's hoping. That's so bad. But I would, because then, you know, 15 years in the future, like, then I get to see my kids' kids. And that's a lot of stuff that I, like, maybe might not have been able to see.
Right.
But then get the opportunity to see. And plus it'd be like, you know, if those were, like, my final few years afterwards, I think that would be a pretty good way to go. To have said, I've lived my life to the fullest on Earth, and then I got to explore the entire universe.
Be crazy.
Then I take my secrets to my deathbed and not tell anyone. Now all of you fend for yourself now.
Well, fun. I mean, don't mind the comment that's gonna show up in like 10 years. Y'all be alright. You know what I mean? I mean,
You'll figure it out.
I think my fear of missing out would like strike me in the back at the same time. Like, those 2 weeks would not feel as bad. Like, I could do without my phone for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever. But like once I'm back and I'm like, damn, what's changed?
Then you catch up on everything that you've missed.
And it's like, I missed that? Damn. And it's like, I missed that? What? It's that gut feeling. I hate
Well, yeah,
that
because
feeling.
I mean, for you it'd feel like 2 weeks, but for them it'd be 15 years. So it'd be such a difference between you.
Yeah, and
because for you it'd just be like, yeah, I saw you like a couple weeks ago. But for them it's like, I haven't seen you in 15 years.
Almost 2 decades. Like, hello. It plays back on the Interstellar movie. We talked about this, I think, before recording. I forgot what it was, but every so many minutes on a certain planet was like years on our planet, on Earth, which was like, even in when I first watched the movie, when they presented that idea, I'm like, no, like, chill out. You don't have to go down there. Just, you know what I mean? Because this guy had a daughter, and it was like, it was nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
And I mean, they did it, and it was like, it's cool in the moment. Like, it was literally, it's cool in the moment, but when he went back to the ship, it was terrifying, because his daughter had gotten old, his professor was about to die. It was like,
Wow.
It was like, you missed out on a lot, buddy, and you're still stranded. Like, I don't know. I know that, like, I could imagine that feeling, and like just like it would drive me to the probably brink of insanity thinking about it.
I wouldn't want to think about the stuff that I would like have to miss and wouldn't
No.
be able to experience.
Just come back and like figure out your idol's gone or something, like not that, but like something you wanted to see happened and ended or whatever. It's like, oh god, it would be crazy. I gotta stop laughing.
You laughing at me?
No, I'm just laughing because of the silence almost.
Oh.
Um,
Right,
I don't know.
get a load of this kid. What's he doing?
Fuck off. I don't know. I'm not high.
I didn't even think, but now that you've said that, it's
No,
like
no.
suspicious.
Because not like
Out of nowhere, just I'm not high.
all right, hear me out. We usually associate being loopy with being high because of like what is it that what is the drugs that take you out, put you under or whatever? Antihistamines?
Anesthesia.
Anesthesia.
Antihistamines if you've got hay fever.
Stop,
Allergies.
stop.
Yeah, let me just say my fucking antihistamines for my leg. Yeah,
No.
yeah, gotta have a life-changing surgery. Let me just get my antihistamines.
All right. No, we associated anesthesia with what just happened with my camera.
The antihistamines started kicking.
Dude, what just happened? We associated anesthesia with being loopy because it like puts you out or whatever. And when I got my wisdom teeth removed, like they were making jokes, oh, you're gonna be high, this, that, and the third. So I mean, it wasn't necessarily it wasn't necessarily you get what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like it made us laughy, loopy, or whatever. Oh god. I'm gonna have one of those moments every few episodes, and this is gonna come back to bite me in the ass.
Antihistamines, and I mean, to be fair, the one that we had last episode was my fault because I was wrong.
Yeah,
and we do need to clean that up. Is it a chimenea? Is that how you pronounce it?
It's chimenea, I believe. Not chimney, it's chimenea. I believe. Chimenea.
It just doesn't sound like a word. Chimenea. Do you know what? Google Translate is going to save us here.
I think so too. Have you ever heard what it sounds like to other people? Like, have you ever heard what it sounds like for a Chinese person to hear an English American?
And it sounds like Simlish.
Yeah.
It sounds like Sim speak. It's just English words, but not in a sentence coherently together. So you could just be like oranges and then poopsicle, ice cream truck, and cups, mugs, camera, lens.
You good there? Yep.
It's exactly that.
It pissed me off low key growing up because I played The Sims. I was a sweat at The Sims 2. Like, I had a like, I'm not even gonna explain it to the family, but I was like a sweat at that game. So when they started talking like in a language I didn't understand, it's like, I want to understand what you're saying. Forget your emoticon expressions. Let me hear you.
Yeah.
And I thought it was translatable for some reason. Maybe it is, but oh god.
Okay, moment of truth. Chimney. How is it pronounced? Let me Chimenea.
Chimenea?
Yeah, it would make sense because it's a chimney, so a chimenea.
Hell, we was wrong all times.
We were both wrong. Chimenea.
So chimney was wrong.
It was, but you were closer than I was.
Back on the aliens though. What was it in fields, in cornfields or crop fields? They have these. What are they called?
Crop circles.
Crop circles. Yeah. Wasn't there one in Grand Theft? I'm not sure. I'm not going to assume there was one in Grand Theft Auto, but I think there was one, like a huge one or something. Maybe that was like a leak video, but I never got it. A lot of things I wasn't able to really comprehend. I mean, I just never really gave a shit either, but I mean, now thinking back to it, it's almost very creepy. Like it would be where alien would land its UFO, I suppose.
Yeah, I think so. It's meant to represent the mark or the dent in the sort of grass that the UFO had made.
Right, right. And then there's the NASA leaked or let go of their files last year where they had unidentified encounters with what does UFO stand for? I forgot.
Unidentified flying object.
Right, so they had encounters with unidentified flying objects, and obviously they're like, hey, we have videos of UFOs, and everybody freaked because they had to literally explain it as unidentified flying object because saying
UFO doesn't even mean spaceship. UFO just means they don't know what it is.
Yeah, but if you were just to say UFO to the regular, just every other person, especially over here,
yeah,
they're like, oh shit, alien.
Little spaceship.
Yeah, a little spaceship, zoom. Oh god. I mean, I watched those videos, and I mean, a lot of them were easily debunked, I think. But God, growing up, the most interesting thing to me was like those alien. Same thing with the Bigfoot, the alien shows that they were all hyped. Did we find aliens this week? No, but I mean, hearing like pilots describe unidentified objects was super creepy. There was this one 3D video, I remember it, like a 3D render, and the thing was shooting lights. It was massive, and I'm like, that's terrifying. Like that is literally terrifying because I knew Boeing planes to be massive, like big planes, big jet engines.
Yeah.
And then you see this in comparison, and it's like, wow, 300 people fit on that? You wouldn't think so.
Yeah. I feel like aliens would probe us just because we think that they would probe us. So they would do it as a joke, just to be like, you thought
Fuck
we
you.
needed to, but like, we're just gonna do it to mess with you now.
That'd be so fucked up. It's like, we're just gonna examine every inch of you inside and out and just like throw you back out there, let you go insane. I mean, I don't know.
Have you seen, this is, somehow back on Disney, there's a Disney little cartoon short, and it's this little alien, and he's doing his UFO spaceship, like, driving lesson. So there's an instructor with a little hard hat on and a clipboard, and just a dashboard of little levers and stuff to press and pull. And he's trying to pick up with the beam the guy that's led in the bed, but he didn't know which is which, so he just starts slamming him into the wall and everywhere while this guy's still asleep. And it ends that he like crushes his entire house and then just manages to somehow put him back in the bed, and it's like the bed and it's just on a beam with a big just gaping hole around.
Oh my god, I haven't seen it. I haven't.
It's cool. It's a little funny short. I would recommend.
I always thought Mike Wazowski was an alien.
He's a monster?
Yeah, Mike Wazowski. I thought he was an alien.
I can see it with the one eye thing.
Yeah. And he was green.
Yeah.
Yeah. Growing up, it was like aliens are green. I can never accept aliens being gray. I was like, how are they gray? They're green.
See, I accept them as grey because I watch a lot of South Park.
Oh, yeah. I see why. Oh, and there's that one, I'm not sure, it was American Dad, I think?
Yeah.
And they have the alien guy, and he's gray as well, or they're gray, I'm not sure. They're gray as well. Dear God.
Sorry, I accidentally clinked my boom arm.
this may come out of left field, so bear with me. Um, but I wouldn't think it would like we talked about earlier how they would probe us by climbing our ranks and pretending to be one of us. Um, in Star Wars, yes, we're going there. Um, in Star Wars, they have the unknown region of space, which is the left side of the galaxy, and the right side of the galaxy being the known. And in the bottom left of the galaxy, there's this part of space called Chiss space, and like they're very intelligent beings. They're extremely, extremely intelligent, and they would come into known space every now and then to see what's up with the galaxy, and then go back and just like hang out with the people, make sure everything's good. Like if there was ever a major war, for the first three movies, there was a Chiss present to monitor. So, thinking of it like that, I would almost wonder if at any point, like during major points of war in our time, like well, I can't say we've been calm for some time now, but it's been a long time since like a world war has ensued. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I would assume if not nuclear warfare, but like any major sense of warfare were to break out, I think they probably wouldn't be here just watching over us now, but they could just like pop in and out like in Star Wars they do, just to monitor and make sure it's not affecting them in any sense. But then again,
it'd only affect them if we somehow figured out a way to blow up the planet, or even then it might not even affect them, because if they've, I mean, you know,
what would happen if the planet just...
I mean, I feel like it would bring some sort of unbalance to gravity and just the formation of planets. I don't know. It'd probably be absolutely catastrophic to something, but
I'm pretty sure. All right, so through gravity and everything, we pull on each other. Like, we may not feel on it, but through gravity, we're pulling on each other right now. You know what I mean? Like, we're pulling, pushing. The side of the moon pulls and pushes against us. It would almost make sense that it would, like, maybe knock the other planets in the solar system out of line. And over time, over a long period of time, it could change their atmosphere, because we know Mars to be very, desolate, hot. Not hot. Well, yeah, hot. And, just very, like, messed up. And then there's Venus. So, like, hell, we could push Mars into the sun. Who knows? Like, this is a theory.
Yeah.
Like, if we're to knock the solar system out of line, in theory, who knows which direction they could go. The planet could get in flame.
Yeah, and I mean, my thought, going back on what you were saying about them coming and interfering if there were wars to happen, I feel like they wouldn't bother with our own petty drama between each other. It would only affect them if we figured out a way to explore further beyond the moon, or could start to go to other planets. And I think when there's the possibility of us spreading and going and causing trouble elsewhere, then they would probably get involved. But if it was just like, oh, I'm gonna, you know, fight with this person in this country because I don't like this thing for whatever reason, I feel like they'd just be like, yeah, this is dumb, I'm just gonna let them do their thing. Just let them bicker, entertain themselves.
Thinking on it, I mean, it's not like we're at some intergalactic war either, so making that comparison is kind
they
of
they can't kill us and ruin anything if they're too busy killing each other. So
yeah, that's true. I mean, thinking about it, I'm not sure of our sister galaxy. Hold on, I'm not sure of our sister galaxy, but that's even very far away. So it would, even if there's something over in that galaxy 4 million light years away, it's like, wouldn't affect them in any sort of way if, you know?
No.
I wonder how communication between planets will work, because of how, like, the speed of data transfer. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like, if
just
you watch...
sending an email to an alien.
Well, I'm thinking of, like, I mean, yeah, comm transfer, even with an alien. I'm thinking more like, if we were to colonize Mars, how long would it take for like a phone call to pick up? Because if I'm sitting beside my sister and I call her, it could take 3 to 5 seconds for it to actually go through. So I mean, thinking of it like that, how long would the delay be? Because we are very far from each other, and information travels it takes 8 minutes from the sun to Earth for light to get here. So, like, you feel what I mean? If the sun was to go off and go on,
that's saying that the data moves at light speed, and that there would be a stable enough connection both ways.
Yeah, if you watch,
unless we were to figure out some form of like next level like communicative method, phone calls, I mean, with current technology there still needs to be phone towers for service,
right,
to make phone calls. So there would need to be service on Mars, so they would need to have phone towers with working technology and Bluetooth and Wi-Fi and all of that sort of stuff over there working first before
everything could go full circle.
And then it'd need to be a strong enough wave that it could go long enough between planets.
I mean, they just did the whole helicopter on Mars thing. They I assume they controlled that through maybe not Bluetooth. I won't say Bluetooth because that sounds very unrealistic, but I would think of it in a sense like that. What would the delay be between like making it go left to right? Like if I were to move my mouse left to right, like for instance, if I were to take my mouse and move it left to right, in sense of controlling the aircraft, how long would that take to register? Almost like, again, assuming that it was traveling at the speed of light, which does it? I'm not sure. Just I don't know, because I think that relies more on the latency of everything. But
yeah,
it would be interesting, because I know there would be some form of delay. There had to be.
I just don't know how much of a delay.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. Planets spin at different speeds. They take longer to go around the sun. Even their own daily rotations are sometimes longer. I think it's like 27 hours on Venus. Don't quote me, but
of sunlight or
no, just a daily a single rotation is 24 hours. It's quite wild to think about.
Yeah. But it's weird though, because I mean, time is a human construct. We figured out seconds and minutes and hours and days and months and years as these time increments. So there might not even be, I mean, it might not even be 60 seconds in an entire minute. It might be 275.237 minutes in an hour or
Very
something.
specific.
Over on another planet.
Yeah.
Because their time increments and measurements might be completely different.
That's wild to think about too. Like, would it affect our age? I don't think it would affect our aging process, because again, it's just a construct. It wouldn't affect how we age.
The only thing that would affect their aging would be their genetics.
Okay. I'm not sure if you've heard about it, but there's every star goes supernova, and all galaxies are moving through the universe, right? There's multiple theories that we will collide with, like that galaxy I mentioned earlier that's so far off in the galaxy or in the universe.
The sister galaxy.
Yeah, we're supposed to collide with that. I would be like, they say it would be beautiful, but we wouldn't be around to see it. Like,
they say it would be beautiful, but it would also probably kill us.
Yeah.
Colliding,
it would be beautiful.
I mean, planets colliding. There's a lot of force.
I'm not sure how many planets are in that galaxy, but I know there's a lot of stars, so...
So, if anything, it might just be like hot bombs going off around all the planets in our solar system.
Just casually floating to a star one day. And it would be painful. It would not be sudden. Oh God, I don't even want to think like that. I hope my lineage does not extend that far. Yeah. Well.
I mean, I think I feel like that concludes. I mean, we got a little bit off topic, but I think that concludes today's episodes on aliens. I mean, we got a bit sidetracked, but I think we're good on time now.
All right, I think that's gonna do it for this episode of Mind Tank. Be sure to check out our Twitter or our Spotify. They'll both be linked down in the description below if you'd like to listen to the audio version of this podcast. We have new episodes going up just the same time as we do here on YouTube. Be sure to join us here next week, Friday, 5 p.m. GMT, 12 p.m. EST for brand new episodes of Mind Tank every week. Next week, I think we're going to be touching on ghosts.
Yeah,
it's going to be an interesting one.
Spooky time next week. It'll be horror stories and ghosts and any sort of stories that we have.
The ghosts and the paranormal activity. So, be sure to bring your popcorn. Come hang out with us next week, and we'll see you then.
Yeah.